Hi, I'm Michael, a game composer, and in this video series I want to take you behind the scenes of scoring an actual video game which eventually will come out. I will take you with me, show you the whole process, every thought which goes into this, and yeah, we'll jump right into it. So the game we will be working on is called MESEKTET. It's a point-and-click adventure game by Carls, aka Point and Pixel Adventures. He's a really talented and nice guy. We worked together on his previous game, The Legend of Sky, and had a lot of fun doing so. So naturally, Carls wanted me to be involved in this next game as well. I've not written any notes yet, so no wait, that's a lie. Actually, I did some sketches for Carls while he was in pre-production. So let's back up a bit. Okay, this is a really exciting phase for me and the developer. It's a phase about discovering what the music of the game could be. There's nothing set in stone yet, but there are just vague ideas in our heads, and my job is to find out what Carl's vision is and to add to that. When we were first talking about the project, the word transcendence got repeated multiple times by Carls. So it was clear that this was something very important, even though we didn't know what that meant musically yet. The way Carls likes to work is that he does not have everything figured out right from the start, but he will do art sketches and create puzzles and figure out the entirety of the story while working on it. But of course, the overall story, what he wants to tell, is clear for him. It's a really playful approach which I find very interesting. We talked about the setting, Egypt and Turkey in the 70s. It's about archaeology and very mysterious, but not adventurous like Indiana Jones for example. He shared with me his great artworks he was currently working on, so I can get an idea of the style for the new game, the mood of the scenes, the colors, the settings. At this stage I'm just absorbing everything right now, trying to get a feel for what this new project will be. Also he shared with me music he likes and listens to while working on it. Pink Floyd is on the top of the list. And immediately I am thinking, what could the music for this game be? Do we need 70s disco? Middle Eastern music? Maybe some Indiana Jones-like music because it's about archaeology? Or mysterious Bernard Herrmann music because it would fit the time? What styles are needed here? What about the creepy and atmospheric stuff? We talked a lot about sounds, and Carl stressed that he wanted a more modern sound and something more futuristic for the, for me yet unknown, transcendence part of the game. So I will add Wrath of Khan into the mix, which we agreed could fit very well. Also he sent me music from 2001 A Space Odyssey. And we talked about the sounds of the score for Blade Runner. The word transcendence and mystery came back over and over again. I also showed him some scores which for me convey the mystery part pretty well, so we add The Planets by Holst in there, famously quoted many times, especially in Star Wars. Also some stuff from Bernard Herrmann and The Dig will fit in here nicely. So what we got musically is basically otherworldly, mysterious stuff. It's pretty clear that it will be very different from the previous game. Keep in mind that at this point I still know nothing about the story, I just know the vague ideas I talked about. So to make sure Carls and I are on the same page, I did 2 small sketches, which I will play for you. The melody and harmony are more or less random here. They convey the Middle Eastern and the otherworldly vibe, but it is nothing I will be reusing for the actual game. Here they are. Well, he loved it. So we got a sound and an aesthetic. Different from his previous game, The Legend of Sky, Carls wanted to do a more cinematic game. So that means for me that we might need to do more film music-like cues, where the player determines when the scene will change. We also thought single cues which make a bigger statement could fit well instead of loops, like we did previously. It was done in other cinematic games to great effect and gives the music the ability to tell a better story at places without getting too repetitive. Also, Carls already told me that he wants the dialogue to be advanced with every click and not like in the LucasArts games, where each line of dialogue has a specific time on the screen. So we need some transitions from one cue to another at some random time within a cue. I'm not really a big fan of all the middlewares because I think it overcomplicates things a lot, which isn't really necessary and makes the music very modular. Plus, the adventure game studio engine Carls is using for this doesn't support any of this, so we need a different solution. My guess right now is that we will be fine in doing stinger transitions, really short tracks, like stabs for example, which will fade over track 1 and lead into track 2. They kind of cover up the switch from track 1 to track 2. It was done with great effect in the Ori games without any other knick-knack, and I think it will do fine for us too. So, this was the start of MESEKTET. We now have a broad idea what some of the music will sound like. Some technical and some stylistic choices have been made. And we got some references down, not unlike a mood board for a new painting. Once the story is finalized, I will start to work on the themes and leitmotifs, the melodic ideas which will fit into the game. So, join me next time when we actually start to write some music.